In this video, I dove deep into various workshops, dealerships, and online forums to bring you the 5 most common problems with the Ford Escape from 2007 to 2011. One of the most frequently mentioned issues by Ford Escape owners from those years has to do with the automatic transmission, especially in the front-wheel drive versions. Many owners on forums like Edmunds and Copilot Search describe how their Escape starts to shift roughly, loses power, or even gets stuck in a single gear. One user wrote, "My 2008 Escape started jerking when accelerating, then it stopped shifting into third. The mechanic said it was the transmission." Several mechanics agree that these symptoms are linked to premature wear of the valve body or the shift solenoid. Ford did not issue a formal recall, but there are technical bulletins that recommend inspecting and replacing the valve body if these symptoms appear. The most common solution is to take it to a shop specialized in transmissions, and in some cases it needs to be rebuilt or replaced entirely, which is not cheap. Another frequently reported problem is failure of the ignition coils, which causes jerking, loss of power, and excessive fuel consumption. On Reddit, several users say that the engine suddenly starts to vibrate, especially when accelerating, and that sometimes the check engine light even comes on. One user commented, "I thought it was the fuel, but it turned out I had 2 burnt coils." Mechanics explain that in these models, especially in V6 engines, the coils tend to wear out more quickly, often due to moisture buildup or leaks in the spark plugs. The brand indirectly acknowledged the problem in its service manuals, and the solution is simple, though somewhat costly if several fail. Replace the affected coils and spark plugs. Some workshops recommend changing all 6 at once to avoid future staggered failures. The third point to keep in mind is the premature wear of the engine mounts, which causes strong vibrations at idle and knocking when shifting gears. An experienced Ford mechanic explained in detail, "These particular engine mounts are hydraulic in their nature, and over the course of many years, they gradually lose their internal fluid, which subsequently causes the engine to move much more than what is considered normal." On forums like Escape City and Club Escape, there are complaints where owners say it feels like the engine is loose, and when they check, they find the mounts broken or completely dry. Ford did not issue a recall for this, but it is a fairly well-known issue among technicians. The solution is to replace the mounts with new ones, preferably original or high-quality ones, since generic ones tend to have a short lifespan. There are also quite a few reports about failures in the electric power steering system. Some owners say that suddenly the steering becomes stiff or shuts off completely while maneuvering. On Copilot Search, a user shared, "I was leaving the parking lot and out of nowhere the steering got extremely stiff, as if it didn't have power steering." According to several technicians, the problem comes from the steering control module, which can fail due to overheating or internal faults in the torque sensor. Ford issued a recall for some models from 2008 to 2011 to repair or replace this system. So if your Escape falls within the affected VN range, the best thing to do is contact the dealership and check if the service is still available. If it's not included in the recall, replacing the module can cost several $100s. And finally, something many users don't expect: water leaks through the windshield or the rear doors. Although it may seem like a minor issue, it can lead to moisture, bad odors, and electrical problems if water accumulates near the modules. On the forums, you often see comments like, "Every time it rains, I find the passenger side floor soaked." When checking, technicians find that the factory seals are not properly applied, or that they come loose over time. The brand did not launch any campaigns about this, but there are technical bulletins that suggest checking the windshield seal and the rear door joints. The solution is to reseal the affected areas with high-quality automotive silicone, or, in more severe cases, to replace damaged moldings or weather strips.